Hello, this is State Representative Robert Martwick, and I'm in Springfield, Illinois, in our state capital, here in my office. Today is Wednesday, February 15th, 2017. And today in the Capitol, we are going to convene a joint session of the legislature, meaning the Senate is going to come over to the House chamber, and we're going to sit and we're going to listen to Governor Rauner present his third budget address. So the budget address is important, and it's significant, especially this year, given what's been going on over the course of the last two. The budget address is where the governor comes before the legislature, and since the governor has control of all of the state agencies and the budgets that they put together to make part of the whole state budget, right? So we have the Illinois Department of Transportation, the state police, the tollways, the lottery, the Department of Human Services, and so on and so forth. All of these state agencies, the governor is the one who controls these agencies. He appoints their directors and gets their budgets. And so, having the intimate knowledge of this, it's the governor's responsibility to take all those numbers, put them together, present them to the legislature, and tell us how he is going to balance our budget. And remember, when the governor ran for office a few years ago, his promise was, look, I'm an outsider businessman. I don't have any pressures on me. I'm not beholden to anybody. And I know how to balance a budget, so I'm going to do this. So that's why I get to the point where I say this is a significant address, because over the course of the last 2 years, with his first two budget addresses, the governor has not proposed a balanced budget yet. In fact, both of his budgets were billions of dollars out of balance. Now, while he's done that, he's tried to put blame on the legislature. But remember this. He's the one who controls the agencies. He decides who gets hired, who gets fired, what they're going to spend their money on. So it really is, in a sense, his budget. Our job as legislators, we don't control any of that. We have no control over the agencies. We have oversight. And so our job is to take the balanced budget he presents and to go through it, have hearings, make sure that his priorities line up with the needs of our constituencies. But we can't recreate the whole budget. That's not what we do. And so, as I am about to leave to go to the Capitol, leave my office and head over to hear this budget address, which will be starting in about an hour, I'm hopeful that the governor will finally live up to his constitutional requirement of presenting a balanced budget. We'll see. The first two budgets have been disasters, and he has been completely unwilling to do what's necessary to close our budget deficit. As a result, our bills, our backlog of bills, which is a debt we incur on a regular basis, is now grown from $4.5 million of unpaid bills to $12 billion of unpaid bills. And the important thing to note about that is that when we're not paying our bills on time because we don't have the money to do it, we're incurring exorbitant interest charges. And in the end, you know who gets to pay back that interest? We do. It's our government. We're the citizens. We pay for stuff. So this fiscal irresponsibility has led to a massive debt. And that's why my hope is that our governor, who is a businessman, will recognize that the first 2 years have been a failure, and he will come and say, it's time to change course. It's time to do what a good businessman would do, and that is address our financial problems in earnest, right? Do what it takes to close the budget hole, put the political agenda on the side, stop running for office, and start managing a government. And I'm hopeful that will happen. I really do. I'm very optimistic that after 2 years of the state going down a sinkhole, that we'll take some corrective action and move it up. But we'll know later today at 12 o'clock when the governor comes and presents his budget. In the past, he has proposed massive cuts to things like higher education, MAP grants. MAP grants allow students from middle class and poor areas, gives them financial assistance to be able to attain the dream of a college education. He's caused massive cuts to social programs like care for children with autism and epilepsy, in-home care for people living with disabilities, mental health counseling and addiction counseling, and after-school programs for children in troubled neighborhoods. So there have been massive cuts to programs that really help people get ahead, that help people have that opportunity that in America you're supposed to have. Those didn't go over well, not with his members, not with the members on the Democratic side. So again, he promised that he would find the waste in government, not cut those essential programs. And so I'm hopeful that this year he will either outline that waste, and if not, he'll do the fiscally responsible thing and provide a pathway to a balanced budget. I look forward to working with him and my Republican colleagues and my Democratic friends on finding that balanced budget. And after the budget address today, I will probably be checking back in with you and letting you know my thoughts on his path forward, and maybe even in the next few days talking to you about my path forward, which I believe is instead of being based on wild ideas that we'd like to accomplish but can't, my plan forward is really rather quite simple. It does it using math, addition, subtraction, money in, money out, and at the end making it balance and providing for the essential services that we need in Illinois, and hopefully even addressing a couple of problems. So that's where I'll be going. I look forward. It's Wednesday. We're here today and tomorrow. I'll be back again next week, so I look forward to checking in with you. As always, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, or criticisms, please reach out to me. You can comment here. You can reach out to me through Facebook or Twitter or at my state rep office. You can find me on the internet at repmartwick.com, and that'll give you links to all of the information. So stay in touch, get involved, and we'll check back in and let you know how the governor's budget address goes later today. Thanks for checking in.